Hello everyone, Douglas here and welcome, and today we will be doing a new segment called Ranking of the Stories, and we will be focusing on Series 1 of Doctor Who. So, let's begin. Number 10, Aliens of London and World War III. Aliens of London and World War III is a good story, and one of my criticisms of this story is that the farting jokes just drag it down for me. The Slovene are not my favorite, but they are like body snatchers. This story has Nico Moore, who plays Tasiko Sato in this story, and she would be playing that same role in Torchwood. And the second part gets much better, and the stakes are high in this story, and it shows that Mickey Smith is not useless. Number 9, The Lawn Game. I like this story, and it's interesting how this story does deal with fake news, and this story is a build up to the series 1 finale. I do like Simon Pegg in this story, and I wish he could play the Master in this story, and that would make a good plot twist in this story. Number 8, The End of the World. This story is the first off-world adventure for the Ninth Doctor in Rhodes. I do like the prosthetics in this story, and they do look like real aliens in this story. I do like the design of the space station, and it does look like a cross, and Cassandra looks like a trampoline. I also like how the Earth gets destroyed by the sun, and that is cool. Number 7, Boomtown. This story is a last minute replacement story, and it is a sequel to Aliens of London and World War III. I will admit, it was good seeing Margaret again, played by Annette Badland, and how did she not get caught by Harriet Jones? I failed to mention this in my review of Boomtown, is that I like the Doctor's morality in this story. And the funny scene I do like is the dinner scene, and I had a good laugh out of that. Number 6, The Unquiet Dead. The first story to be written by Mark Gatiss, and I will say it is a good, scary story. This story I could see be done by Philip Hinchcliffe and Robert Holmes. I do like Charles Dickens played by Simon Callow, and he is good. And I also do like the direction that Euros Lyn did. This story is the first time we see Eve Miles, who would play Gwen Cooper in Torchwood, and this is the first time the Time War is mentioned. Number 5, Father's Day. I think this story sums it up perfectly. What would happen if you rewrote history with the Time Lords dead? This is the first time we see Rose's dad in this story, and he was such a good character. And I do like the design of the Weepers, and they are cool. Number 4, Rose. The first story of the new series, and the first story to be written by Russell T Davies. This story is the only time the nesting consciousness and the Autons are in the new series, and that is it. I like how this story is focused on Rose and from her point of view. Number 3, The Empty Child and Dr. Dances. The first story to be written by future showrunner Stephen Moffat, and the debut story for John Barrowman as Captain Jack Harkness. I do like the World War II setting at nighttime during the London Blitz. I think the gas masked zombies are really scary, and there's something about gas masks that make this story scary. I do like Nancy, played by Florence Hoff, and she is a good character. Number 2, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways. This story is the last story for Christopher Eccleston as the Ninth Doctor and John Barrowman as Captain Jack Harkness. This story is a bit like the Sixth Doctor story, Vengeance on Pharaohs, where they are trying to survive. I do like the Anne droid, and they got Anne Robinson to do the voice. I also like the new design of the Emperor Dalek in the story. I also like the regeneration of the Ninth Doctor. Number 1, Dalek. I think you saw this coming. This story does explore the dark side of the Ninth Doctor, and we do see his guilt in this story. This story is a good comeback for the Daleks. Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper do give great performances in the story, including Nicholas Briggs as well as the voice of the Dalek. I do like Henry Van Statten, played by Corey Johnson, and he is great in the story. I said this before. Series 1 is a great series, and I would give Series 1 a 10 out of 10. So that is my ranking of Series 1, and how would you rank these stories by leaving a comment? And I will see you next time on Christmas night for my review of The Christmas Invasion.